Alright folks, today we're cooking up again something special from the GDR. This one is called pork ragu, but I will explain it later. It's time to grill. Let's get started with one of the key ingredients for today's dish. It's Worcester sauce. This one is the traditional Worcester sauce from the GDR, but if you can't get it, make sure to take any other Worcester sauce, you will get pretty close to that. Let's get started with cutting up the veggies. You will need carrots, shallots and pretty more. And of course, as always, I will put the list of ingredients inside the video description so you could check it out. After the shallots, you will need leek, celery root, just a small piece, garlic. Make sure not to chop everything too thinly, and parsley and cauliflower would also work for this kind of stock we are cooking in the first step. I have already preheated my grill with charcoal briquettes and my Landman Dutch oven, and add some oil and then the veggies. We are starting to cook up our own stock, and the stock is important for the sauce later on. I guess the original recipe idea is only adding water, a dash of wine and the veggies, but I like to roast the veggies to get a better flavor for the stock. This is really important. Add parsley and cauliflower and add 250 milliliters of white wine. Then you will need pork. The original recipe for ragu fin, which is the dish which is pretty close to that one, is made with veal. And due to the fact that in the GDR the veal wasn't available for everyone, the people took pork, and that's why they gave it a different name. They call it Würzfleisch, which just means seasoned meat. In the meantime, I have already added piment, some peppercorns, bay leaves and water. And now we're cooking this pork roast inside that Dutch oven for approximately 90 minutes. We should have an internal temperature of 65 degrees Celsius. And then you can take out the meat, slice it and dice it. Make sure to keep it warm in the meantime. We will put it back later in the sauce we are cooking in the next step. So the pork now is pretty soft, it's juicy, and just cut pieces like I do here. Then save the stock. This is way enough stock for more than 2 of these dishes, but you will need the amount. Don't throw this away. Put this into a cube for ice cubes, in a tray for ice cubes. Freeze it and add it to your sauces later on. Then you will need a cast iron pan, butter, and as soon as the butter is melting, add flour. We are cooking up a bechamel sauce, or kind of a mixture of, it's not really bechamel because we are only adding the stock step by step, until the sauce is rich and creamy. Just keep on stirring, reduce the heat in the meantime, and keep on stirring until you have the consistency that you like for your sauce. This is the way to go today. There's one step I haven't shown you while cutting the veggies. We also had some mushrooms, 400 grams of white mushrooms. You can use any mushrooms you like. In the GDR, the people used canned mushrooms, which would work also. Put them in and let that simmer for 5 minutes. Then start seasoning, because this one is really lame right now. Of course, you will need that Worcester sauce. Hit it with a good amount of Worcester sauce. Then you will need, of course, salt and pepper. Make sure to add enough salt and pepper. I added about 3 times or so, just to get some flavor into that sauce. Or the right flavor. Then some more sauce, as I mentioned, keep going and add back the meat. The funny thing is that I'm not original from the GDR. I'm from North Rhine-Westphalia, which is the western part of Germany, but I had some really fun with making the videos with the other pork steaks, for example, or the layered meat I made last week, and the people, my German viewers, come up with, hey, you have to do this one, you have to do that one. There is also a dish called Dead Grandmother, and this one is on my to-do list, or my bucket list for the upcoming weeks, I promise. It's gonna be fun. Now let that simmer again for 5 minutes until everything is heated up well. And then you will need a small bowl, a flat bowl, and just place a little bit of that meat with that sauce in the bowl. Don't put too much into that. We will need to cover this one with cheese and put it back on the grill or on your oven with high heat from above, so you get a crispy cheese skin later. That's the goal for this dish. And then you will only have some more seasoning, but I'll show you. Just put this in the oven, I guess 12 minutes. This dish is served with bread. One important question: how do you cut your bread? Triangle or this way? I like the first one better. The bread tastes better. Let me know in the comments. Really important. Then you will need lemon juice. And here is the result after it comes right from the oven. It's a crispy cheese skin, now seasoned with lemon juice and of course some more of that Worcester sauce. And if we come back with the result, that dish reminds me of my childhood, 100%. I haven't eaten this one in the eastern part of Germany, but it's the style of 80s cooking like my grandmother cooked in my childhood. And the flavor is completely crazy. Kind of funny throwback into my childhood. And of course, as always, I'm gonna give this a shot right now. It's an awesome dish. I really enjoy cooking traditional stuff from my childhood, and thanks for my German viewers who came up with that idea. Anyway, please hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, leave me a comment about how to cut toast and if you are familiar with dishes like that. I would really appreciate that. Delicious stuff. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm out. See you.